What's up, guys? It's me, Will. Before I get to one topic, I want to talk about just a reminder for you guys that October 8th is Back to Basics 28 at Play and Trade Coconut Creek, which will feature Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition, Marvel Capcom 3, and Street Fighter 3 Third Strike Online Edition. Week after, October 15th, is Back to Basics 29, West Palm Beach vs. Miami, which will feature Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition, Marvel Capcom 3, and Mortal Kombat 9. On the main card of Back to Basics 29 is the 5 vs. 5 with West Palm Beach vs. Miami. I simplified the I guess the areas, because I don't want to make it too wordy. West Palm Beach is technically with the people from either West Palm Beach to Boca, and then the Miami is Deerfield to Miami. I don't want to say all that because we get too wordy. The captains of West Palm Beach is Ice Kid, and captain for the Miami side is Bensky. They haven't confirmed their teams yet, but as soon as I know, you guys would know. I'll let you guys know in the social network or my future blogs and stuff. Now, with that said, I'm sorry, I'm just a bit at an emotional state right now. But I definitely want to talk about the past 2 years of how the Back to Basics series has been. At first, it's pretty much been around since 2006. This brand I call Back to Basics. But for the past 2 years, since with these new games coming out, there's a different direction with the Back to Basics series. I try to go. I try to support. Is this mainly just to get the West Palm Beach, people going and stuff, and try to develop players and push to make them just to broadcast their name out there, and for every Back to Basics event just grows and grows and grows, and now it's to the point where I get around 40 people coming at the Back to Basics event, which is pretty cool, and I really appreciate it. So I think it's at Back to Basics 13, 14. I first started at the GameStop in the Boynton Beach. It's around the time the Street Fighter 4 is around and stuff, and I have my returning player that I haven't seen in years, which is Deg. He used to play Melee and Soul Calibur 3 back in 06 and 07. So he's been around for a long time, but I haven't seen him in years, and he finally came back for Street Fighter 4, and as every event goes by and stuff, it's I'm starting seeing some people from Fort Lauderdale and a couple in Miami, which is pretty cool. And alongside with that, I also hold the No Excuses branch, which I label it as a developmental tournament. Because there's some bright young players in the Welton area, and I'm just trying to develop them and let them get used to the tournament etiquette, of the fighting game scene and stuff. But in that event, at the time, it was CGX before Guerrilla Games took over that spot. I was there, and it's called No Excuses brand because it's virtually anyone could really join in. It's typically a free event. You can win some store credit at the time, and it's everything's pretty much handed to you, literally, to come to these events. You just have to come there, and and then No Excuses brand carried over when Guerrilla Games took over that spot, and I was talking to the owners or the managers, and at the Back to Basics and GameStop, it was alright turnouts and stuff, and starting getting big and low, and it's pretty much up and down. So I'm trying to make a decision where or not that I feel the guys in Welton are ready for the rest of the Palm Beach, and I decided to make a move of putting the Back to Basics series starting with Back to Basics 23 at Guerrilla Games just to see, and it was really good results. We had I think we had 30 people at the time, so because before with the No Excuses, it's actually really crazy. I had only two tournaments that on the No Excuses day, except the last two of the No Excuses, but I usually get 30 people for Naruto and 30 people for Tekken. It's like really crazy turnouts, and you know, I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, but with the Back to Basics, I have 30 people total. You know, it's like not going to be as big as the No Excuses brand, but you know, it's still good. And from then on, you know, I pretty much continued putting the Back to Basics series in the Guerrilla Games in the Wild to Maw. And I started to branch out. Now I'm gonna, you know, go to now I go to Play and Trade Coconut Creek and expand it Back to Basics there, because you know, I see like a good you know, again, like similar to Walton, you know, a good, you know, group of people there that you know just wants to get into the tournament scene. So you know, so I'm expanding the Back to Basics over, you know, Coconut Creek, which is 30 minutes down south, and you know, just go from there. You know, I don't go there too often, but you know, I try to do, you know, try to go there as much as I can. Is this because, you know, Play and Trade Coconut Creek has their own agendas, and you know, they got, you know, Play and Trade has their own I guess their national events and stuff, like the Madden Free for Life and, you know, stuff like that. So but since I put it Back to Basics in Guerrilla Games in the Wild to Maw, you know, it's starting to get an attention from the people down south, and to be honest with you, I haven't really like advertised it in other forums and stuff. I really specifically advertise it in my forums and the social network, you know, because I want to keep it to just like the Palm Beach, because I want them to develop. I want people to fight with, you know, similar skills and similar, like, you know, experience, so that way they don't feel like overwhelmed when they fight people down south or Orlando. So I'm starting to see people down south anyhow, and you know, and regardless, you know, I mean, West Palm Beach did a really good job holding on their own and stuff, you know, although they have been winning, you know, a good amount of tournaments since they started to come to the Wild to Maw in Guerrilla Games. But you know, I'm really seeing improvement of West Palm Beach, and I'm really happy. Like, I was afraid that I get to see like a bunch of what I call one and doners. You know, it's like once they lose, they're never going to come back again. But I see a lot of repeats, and you know, I see people just, you know, are really eager to compete and fight, you know, people that are better than them, and I'm just really happy to see that. You know, that's, you know, the one of the things I do, you know, is to see, you know, development of players and stuff, and you know, pushing them to their limits. You know, I mean, it's just like, I don't seek fame or fortune or, you know, none of that. You know, it's like it's all about the people, and I always do the things, you know, that I do for the people. You know, and you know, it's just really fun to me. And you know, I just look back, and before I started Wolvolution 04, you know, it's like, tournaments were really scarce, and you know, it's not like, you know, the $5 you know, tournament fee that I have in the current Back to Basics. But you know, I spend like, you know, over $15 a month, you know, just to compete in one tournament, and that's typically normal, you know, nowadays. You know, it's like anything cheaper is really good. But you know, it's like, but before, it's like, it wasn't really as frequent. You know, it's like maybe once every 4 months we get to see a tournament and stuff, and that's why I started to host them. You know, to get, you know, people together and stuff and compete. And you know, I really enjoy what I'm doing. You know, when I make the videos and hosting tournaments and promoting and stuff, it's really fun for me to do. You know, again, I don't seek fame or fortune out of this. You know, it's like, I know I'm an ugly guy and I'm not going to be famous, I'm not going to be rich, but you know, at least I'm happy, and at least, you know, everyone that goes to my events are happy too. So and that really counts to me. You know, but now I'm trying to be creative and you know, try to hype up the events in a different way. You know, I mean, not to say that's like my idea though. Like, for example, the West Palm Beach versus Miami was initially my idea. It was actually Bensky's idea, because I was talking highly of the top 3 West Palm Beach players. Let me start over. Like, the top 3 at the last Marvel's Capcom 3 tournament was West Palm Beach players, and I was speaking highly of them because they did a really good job. And when I said that, Ben, you know, threw down a gauntlet basically and said, you know, how would we do 5 versus 5? You know, and I was like, you know, that sounds like fun. You know, and that would be like a good title too for Back to Basics 29, and you know, a lot of people are talking about it too, and it's really cool, especially the local scene. They're like, you know, wow, it's like, you know, you think that West Palm Beach would do well, and I'm like, well, we'll see. You know, it's just like, we'll see. I mean, we got top 3 in last Marvel's Capcom 3, so that means something, right? But So I'm just trying to be creative, and I have like so many ideas and stuff. You know, I mean, I haven't really like show y'all like what I have planned, but I really can't wait to like show them off in the future. But just recently, like on Facebook, and I always like before I get to it, it's like I always like wonder. I was like, what's up with the Facebook drama? It's like I never know like how it started. It's like but Ashes was part of it. I never provoke anybody or say anything wrong, but I just happened to have some sort of drama on my Facebook, and I was just like, I just looked back and I was like, well, I mean, I didn't really answer why there was drama, but I guess it's something that you can't avoid. But there's a player, and he goes by DMG Atrocity, and at first, like I posted a flyer of Back to Basics 29, to show people like, hey, look, I made a flyer. I know I suck at Photoshop, but I try my best. And I put it up, and then he's just like, why are you doing the same date as Seasons Beatings? And he's like, why are you doing West Palm Beach versus Miami when like players like Flash Metroid, Flocker, I think he said Julio, somebody else, and himself are going to Seasons Beatings? And I tell him like, well, there's all the other Saturdays are taken, so I have no choice to choose October 15th. And he's just like, it's not hard to push the date back. I'm like, well, if I push the date back, it has to be November. It's going to conflict what I have planned for November, and also there's other events in November, and I can't really conflict on that, and it's not going to be good. So it's like I have no choice but to conflict an Ohio event. I wouldn't think that like my local monthly event that I host like a tournament or host an event like once a month would be an issue for a major event in Ohio. It's not like people are from out of state are going to go, oh, I'm going to go to Will's Monthlies instead of Seasons Beatings. It's like I don't think people are going to do that. So I wouldn't think that would be an issue. And I guess like as of late I post a video up at Atomica, and I guess he carried over. This question is like, why are you guys doing this in the same week in Seasons Meetings? And I had to come in there and it says like like I said before, all the other Saturdays are taken October, and I have to choose October 15th, and there's no way around it. And then he's just like saying like I said, he could you could do the 5 versus 5 at another event. I guess there's like one down south of Miami in November. And it's just like that's cool and all, but it's just like regardless if we do have one over at that tournament, I'm still going to do the 5 versus 5 event. I've said that it's silly to cancel an event because it's at the same weekend as Ohio, or an event in Ohio. And and I guess he responded back, it's like, well, I also think it's silly to have event the same weekend as Seasons Beatings. And I explained, I was just like, the week after is an anime convention in Florida, and the week after that there's a tournament in Central Florida. It's just like it's like if I have a choice between a Florida tournament, a Florida anime convention, or Ohio tournament, regardless of being major or not, which date that I'm going to choose, I'm going to choose the Ohio tournament. If I want to do this once a month, for my West Palm Beach people. And he's saying like, well, there's other dates in the world, and I'm just like, well, I only could do it on Saturday, because of my schedule. So yeah, it's like I do have like a limited choice in October, what you want me to do. So, and that's the end of that, and I just really hope that he doesn't barge in and continue your argument, because I'm going to repeat what I said. It's like, I mean, if this was an issue, like, Bensky, I think he has his team made up, and Icekid has his team made up, and there's a bunch of people going, so it's like, I mean, I don't see the problem. It's like, I don't get why I have to neglect, want me to neglect, like, my local scene, this a favor of, what, Ohio tournament, or because there's only a few Miami people are going, to Seasons Beatings, and it's just like, I just don't understand, so. But I never really like reading people's walls, because I don't really go on Facebook, but I was just like, I wonder if he's going to say something on his wall, and sure enough, he did say something. He didn't mention my name, but he says, like, I wish people would listen to Jabali and Nothing XS more. you know, when it comes to running tournaments and stuff. And I guess he had someone that, he was talking to somebody, and he was just he's like, I guess he's like asked the guys this, like, what do you consider a local scene? It's like, within an hour. And it's like, okay, this guy, doesn't want to host his West Palm Beach tournament because the Central tournament is, he doesn't want to host his West Palm Beach tournament the same day as the Central tournament, and the same day. And it's just like, he didn't really say like the whole thing, and I don't, you try to make it like it's like a bad thing. It's just like, what, it's just like, I try to be courteous with, with the other Florida events. Not to say I'm not courteous with the outside events, but I'm just saying, like, my tournaments are local monthly, and it's just like, it's not really a big deal if I conflict with, like, a tournament like outside of Florida, unless there's like everyone in Florida gonna go. But in this case, in Caesar's Beatings, there's not like, I don't know, there's probably gonna be less than 10 people in Florida going, but when like South Florida, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6, but I don't know, but it's not going to, me having my event on the same day is not going to hurt Caesar's Beating at all. It's going to be a great event, regardless. But then, I guess in his wise it says, like, I just don't get the stupidity of some people, and I guess he's just straight up call me stupid, and it's just, I just don't understand. I mean, it's like, it's just like really frustrating. It's like, it's like I mean, this is technically not the first time someone says something. It's like, I remember I have like my event at the same day as like some Murakami event. I don't know what the heck that is, but I think it's like anime related, and I think that's on August 13th. And some people made a big deal out of it, and I'm just like, well, if I have a choice between MusiCon or AFO, it's like I'm not gonna conflict on those dates, even though one's in Miami, one's in Central. I try to respect the Florida events, but there's no way around it. But I think in reality, it's like, if I want these events this Saturday, it's going to be tough, like try to avoid everything that's happening, but it's going to be tough. So I try to make the best discretion of, like, which date would be good for people locally. I mean, originally it's geared towards the local scene anyhow. If anything, people outside West Palm Beach, I probably get maybe 6 or 7 people from, like, down south to come, and maybe a couple in Port St. Lucie, but yeah, I just don't know. I mean, it's just like, I mean, I have nothing against DMG Atrocity. I don't really, we never really, like, talk and stuff, but it's just recently is just like, I just feel, his comments were really good because I'm trying to do my thing. I'm trying to help out the local scene, the tournament scene, and this guy just straight up called me stupid, because I'm hosting my local monthly event at the same day as an Ohio event, regardless of being a major or not. So I don't know. I feel like I'm repeating myself, but I'm just really at an emotional state. I just don't know. I mean, it's just like I'm not asking for symphony or whatnot, but it's like I felt that I need to get some, I need to say what I need to say, because, like, since he's posting on his wall, I felt that he's gonna post elsewhere too. So I thought that, hey, I'm gonna make a blog so to explain myself, But it's like the whole point of this argument was like, I guess, like, he saw me having my event at the same day as Caesar's Beatings, and in his wall he's saying, like, I don't want to conflict with people in Central Florida. It's like, which one is it? It's like, it's, but I think this can't be helped. Like, I mean, I just have to look, it has to have a best discretion. But this guy is just like, questioning my actions. It's like, I just don't understand. It's just like, I just don't. I mean, just I mean, it's just like, I know I'm a bit emotional guy. I mean, I admit, I don't want to admit so it's kind of weakness, but I mean, this is me. I got really depressed. When you kind of basically call me stupid, it's just like, it's like, what did I do wrong? It's like, I don't do the things I do to hurt people. I mean, yeah, I'm just trying to, like, do what I love to do. It's just, I don't know. I mean, again, like, I have nothing against the guy. I'm not mad at him or whatnot, but for some reason he I guess he's really upset at me. So I mean, I just don't know what to say. But it's just like, it's gonna like really affect me quite in the long run, because like I know there was like some talks, like at first when Zero Ping was about to close down, and I guess they're trying to build themselves up, and they're talking about like trying to host more tournaments and stuff, and my name was being mentioned. I thought it was pretty cool. I'm not gonna say like is this I mean is this like I was actually thinking about it. I'm just, I don't know, I'm just really, I guess, afraid to I don't know what worse I say, but I'm just really contemplating whether or not if it's like a really good idea or not. I'm gonna have someone going to say something bad or whatnot. I don't know. I guess that's it for my blog for now. I don't know, I'm trying not to think heavily about this issue, but I don't know, I'm just right now I'm just letting you know what I'm thinking, and just afraid if I go to SFC or any festivities that's happened Zero Ping, I felt that people are gonna look at me as the stupid guy that conflict his local monthlies for Ohio Major. I don't know, it's I really don't know what to do. I really want to go SFC in November, but I don't know, it's like I had a feeling that I'm gonna have some people making fun of me and stuff, and I'm pretty sure someone's gonna call me stupid, and of course ugly, but everyone calls me ugly, so I accept that. But I don't know, but no matter what people say or do to me, I'm going to still do what I love to do, and that's to host these tournaments for these people and support the fighting game community. I've been doing this for a long time, and I'm not going to have nobody or nothing stop me, because this makes me happy. It really does. So